Hi everybody, Chris here from Truly Holistic. Now, what I want to talk about in this video is um, an appointment type that I've had up there for a wee while, but we're just adjusting it a little bit. Is when you go onto my appointment page, there's a true quantum healing option to get a 45-minute healing session for a majority of the people that come and get healing sessions, because you've got a particular focus or a particular thing that you need work on, whether you're getting asthma problems, infection, pain, calcification problems, heart pain, diabetes issues, you name it, cancer, whatever. Now, we also have an option for color therapy too, for people that like color therapy therapists, and it's kind of dying art, and that's something that I don't do a lot of, but that's how I got started in the game, and I do kind of allow that option for people that have had great success with color therapists before, and I'll offer that option. But in this option is spiritual counseling, and I call it becoming the Jedi. Okay, and I want to talk about that because recently what's come forth is that in regards to our ascendance, and ascendance is growth, evolvement, okay? It's us rediscovering self and our abilities and our creation abilities, and finding that we're actually not vulnerable, we're powerful. And, it's not all about just the airy theory stuff in regards to spirituality and consciousness, because consciousness specifically predicts or calibrates what we call our physical reality, okay? It's everything. And when I say here that we work on the root cause of problems and not the symptom of problems, is because we work at a quantum level, at a consciousness level, because everything is the genesis of everything here within this reality, on this physical reality, is at that level in regards to consciousness at the quantum level. And I call myself obviously a quantum healer. And what's come to find is that for your ascendance, 30% of your ascendance is clearing work, right? That you'll get here at Truly Holistic or through a practitioner. The rest of that 70% of your ascendance is your ability to create and hold space. Okay, and what do I mean by to create and hold space? So you'll come to a session, and let's say you came and you had some physical ailments that you wanted work on, and we worked on that, and you notice a change, and then you, after that 45 minutes of that session work, you need to go back into your life, right? Address family members, your loved one, right, in a relationship, go back to work, right, your working life, your friends, and so on. And quite sometimes people will get that healing that they got from my session, but let's say in a few days later they're saying, oh, that problem is remanifesting itself, it's coming back. Now, what we've come to find is that the clearing work that we've intended within the session has taken place. But for that to continue, you need to create and hold the space to receive that energy and create a space that is going to materialize that that healing capability that starts off at the quantum level into the so-called physical reality, okay? And that's where it becomes your responsibility as the client. So if you go back to life after that and start doing the same habits that you were doing as part of your life that led to that original problem, lo and behold, that problem's going to come back, okay? So if you want complete cure of your problem, you need to be a big part of that healing process, becoming responsible. Usually, if you are getting symptoms of any kind, whether it's pain or discomfort or inflammation, that is communication from a consciousness level through the interface of the body being the sensory aspect, okay? Especially the nervous system. And that is done that way, so it brings an awareness to an area. So, I'm sore here, brings an awareness to it. But it's trying to bring a lesson forth too, is that maybe you need to change what you're doing at the moment because it's creating illness or dis-ease. Okay? So not only are you going to go to the practitioner to get alleviation of the pain or the discomfort or so on, but you need to understand that you need to change your life too, because all the habits that you've created up to that point have led to an illness or dis-ease. A space that you've created for yourself that is not placing the odds in your favor towards vitality and health. It's placing them towards illness and dis-ease. Okay? So the next question is, well, how do I create space? How do I hold space? How do I create a space that is pro-vitality and health and not pro-illness and dis-ease? Well, this is what this option is that I'm bringing forth here, is the spirituality or spiritual counseling, which is becoming the Jedi. And why I've called it that is because when we look at Star Wars, it's the battle between the light and the dark, right? The light side, the dark side. And when we look at the Jedi, all the principles of the Jedi are all based about what we call neutrality, which is rising above this reality that is limiting us and creating illness and creating dis-ease, which we call duality. And neutrality is about creating space. Okay, it's about being present. It's about awareness. It's about consciousness. It's about living your life in the now. Okay, not letting life get on top of you. Okay, and directing you what you need to do in your life. It's about reestablishing your true identity, not an identity that's been given to you since the day you were born. Okay, so within this, you become the Jedi, right? You become, by taking on the principles of creating and holding space of neutrality, which is a space that is not pro-illness or pro-disease. It's a pro-vitality and health and learning and wisdom, which is ascension, growth, evolvement, ascension. Whatever you're doing, it doesn't have to be just health. It can be manifestation in regards to things you want to create as part of your reality, whether that's business, growing up your business, or becoming more creative in what you love to do, doing more things that you love to do instead of things that get in the way. Okay, things that are creating bad luck in your life. Understanding, knowing why you're having bad luck, because everything happens for a reason. But majority of the time, with a lot of people have lived their life being told or directed, this is how it is, instead of not knowing or understanding why it's like that. Okay, you're on autopilot mode. You're being orientated by the mind, which is the very thing, mind control. Okay, so through the spiritual counseling of becoming the Jedi, you will not be directed by reality anymore. You'll be guided by your higher aspects of your consciousness, your true self, your source self, that knows exactly who you are. Okay, and when you find out who you are, you can understand your place, your purpose here through the human, your experience here as the human. The things that come your way and understanding why they're there and how to deal with them in a way that you don't lower your vibration, you charge yourself, you don't leak your energy. So you'll learn about things like what we call sustenances of energy. Places in your life where you either leak your energy, so lower your vibration, or charge your energy, so increase your vibration. And that's a number of things. That's food, water, air, sunshine, relationships with family, your working environment, your thought processes, how you use your intent, where you're placing your focuses, and your environment that that you're creating, the environment that you're within, and a number of other places. These are places where we either evolve ourselves on the right path to the light side or the dark side, where we evolve with light, with love, or we evolve with fear. Okay, and if we're in the mind too much, we use our creation ability through fear, so we sabotage our creation. A lot of people think that if I can't materialize the things and manifest the things that I am, I can't create. Well, it doesn't matter whether you're manifesting exactly the thing you want or not, you are still creating. That's what I'm telling you now. You just don't know the ability, or you just don't realize that you're consenting your energy into the thing, creating the things that you don't want in your life. You just don't know it. Well, I'm here to tell you, you can find out how to do that and be in control of that. Okay, we've discovered that. Okay, we know how to do that now. And so this is what this particular option of spiritual counseling, which will be, again, just another 45-minute session, but won't be so much about clearing work. It'll be about knowing and understanding of reality and how to use your creation capabilities in a lot more profound manner to create the life that you've always wanted, what your heart's desire, and understand the booby traps that are placed where are creating you to sabotage your creation capability without you knowing it. Okay? So it's a very exciting option. I'm very excited to offer this, and we're working a lot more because we're offering this option because there's a lot of people out there that are healers or intuitive people that are very good at healing work. They do all the clearing work, but they're not very good at creating and holding space. And what ends up happening is they live a majority of their lifetime sabotaging their creation, which means that they feel like they get a whole lot of attachment stuck to them, and they have to keep clearing every day, just to get by. Well, that's in the mode of survival. That's not thriving. And this option, I'm going to show you how to thrive by understanding that 70% of your ascendance is this very thing of creating and holding space, becoming the Jedi. Okay? It's only 30% of your ascendance is clearing work. Now, your clearing work is still important, but if you can learn to create and hold space so you don't fall into those booby traps of what we call the game of duality, and know how to create the space which creates greater connection to self, which is going to help you with your ascendance, the clearing work that you get done, the effect of it's going to amplify to infinite possibilities. So your healing work will work even better. Okay. And as I say earlier, people that are getting the healing work and they get a positive result, and the majority of people do, but a few days later, all of a sudden things start to fall apart again. It's because of that reason, because you don't know, you don't understand the game of duality that's being played, and you fall into booby traps. You don't change the habits. You go back to life. And if you're living an existence on this plane of duality, duality is all about limiting you. It's about creating a space of illness and dis-ease. So those problems will remanifest again. So that's why it's so important, this aspect. That's why 70% of your ascendance is this idea of creating and holding space. So you're going to learn a lot within these particular options, these sessions. We're going to look at what areas of your life where you're leaking energy, and we can give you the information to stop that. So you're not only going to stop leaking energy in that sector of your life, but you're going to flip around into a part of your life that is charging you with energy. It's increasing your vibration. Okay? So a perfect example of this, I had a client that was having weight issues. She changed her diet. Like everybody, they think, I've got weight, too much weight. It's all about food. As I say, there's only one segment of sustenance energy of a number of them where you get energy from, or leak energy. So this person changed their diet to a fasting, not even eating. And they couldn't lose the weight. And I said to them, well, what's that telling you? And they didn't know. And I said, well, I told them that the problem that you have with weight is nothing to do with food. That's what it's telling you. What we found with this particular client was they were having problems with family. They didn't feel like they were getting enough love from their family. Okay? They had had issues with relationship problems. They didn't have self-love for themselves. So these are all sectors where you get problems emotionally too. And where we can't express emotion in a controlled manner, or we suppress our emotion. And when you really look at the idea of weight, where we put on adipose tissue, which is fat, it's a way the body stores stuff. And it doesn't have to be food that stores away. It can be emotions that we suppress that get stored away, and it manifests into weight gain. Okay? So we will look at all those aspects for you. Okay? We'll also teach you about your power, which is attention and intention. Okay? Your attention holder is your singularity eye, your quantum eye here, and I'll explain to you why we don't call it the third eye, why you should never call it the third eye. I'll explain to you why you need to remove the word mind out of your vocabulary and replace it with awareness. I'll explain the understanding, knowing of why we do that. Because here at Truly Holistic, we never just throw things in for the heck of it. We need to know the knowing and understanding of everything. Because if we're going to work on the root problem, a big part of removing the root core of a problem and getting to a place of vitality is knowing and understanding yourself, but also the reality you're in as well. Huge component of it. Because it's part of creating and holding space. 70% of your ascendance. Okay? So you can see it's a huge component, and I really want to get into more of an educational role, because I found personally with my experience that when I got really into energy healing, and this was kind of the last thing, I was into healing through herbalism, through food was one of the first things I got into, was healing through food and supplementation and stuff like that. But really when I got into energy stuff, and I got the dowsing charts, I was doing clearing work on myself all the time. So I know what it is like to have to, you get attachments and stuff like that. But I've realized now that those attachments were because I didn't understand reality. Okay? I didn't create and hold space. I had very little knowing and understanding of these things. Okay? So when I started to incorporate tensor technology, which transmutes a distorted, unstructured field into structured field, which enables you to create a space that is pro-vitality and health, not pro-illness and disease and all. And I made them as bracelets and pendants. I noticed I didn't have to do as much clearing work on myself, because the clearing work I did with myself would hold, because I was creating a space and environment that was able to hold the memory of that clearing work. Okay? Because for us to hold information, hold wisdom, which is ascendance, we need to be structured. Okay? And when we get into the mind, our structure gets distorted. It's not structured anymore. Fear blocks and obstructs flow because it removes all structure. Okay? And we create. A lot of us have been great creators through the mind, through fear. And that's why we have the reality we see today on the mass collective level. It's just about taking your power back and knowing how to do it. And this particular type of option of spirituality counseling option on my website, we'll get into those details a lot more. Not doing the clearing work so much, but the information to allow you to create and hold space. Okay, becoming the Jedi is very exciting. So I thought I'd let you know about it and all the things that we do in regards to that, and it'll be a lot more about that too. As I say, your place of attention holders, your singularity eye, your intention should always come from the heart, not from the mind. Okay, because as I say, you create through fear here, but you create from love here. And your connection to self, okay, is at a quantum level. And the quantum level is not about vastness up here into the cosmos. It's within you. That's why they say you need to go within self to find the answers. Insight. Well, external sight. Insight. So I'll explain to all the dots will finally connect, and you'll understand, have great knowing and understanding. It's very exciting. And when you have all that information, I tell you, everywhere you look, you'll find bliss. You'll find beauty. You'll find love. I came to I was talking to someone, a friend of mine, and they were going, "Oh, I'm just so bored," and I was like, "That's a word I've not said for a very long time," and I didn't realize that. I was thinking, I was just reflecting on it, and I was thinking, I never get bored. I don't go anywhere extravagant. I don't go on big holiday trips and fly to places all around the world to do. I just live a simple life, and it's exciting because every day you see the beauty in everything. You have awareness and consciousness of the abilities that you are the centerpiece of your reality. You're a creator of reality. And every moment is an opportunity to do something new, to learn something new. So you will never be bored. You will feel more connected than ever. Okay? That's one thing, And a lot of people find when they're in their spiritual journey that they have to disconnect from people because they're not compatible to that duality life anymore. And then they feel lonely. Well, we'll work on that in regards to this type of work, because when you connect to self on a profound way, okay, that exists beyond this reality into a number of different realities, you never feel alone. You feel more connected than ever. And this is the key aspect is of holding creating space, is connection to self. Reality, when it takes you into your mind and it distracts you out this way, disconnects you from self, and that's when you feel lonely. Okay, so you can be amongst a bunch of people and feel lonely. That's why we see such an epidemic rate of depression, suicide. People go, I don't understand why he's down or depressed, or why he committed suicide. He was a loved guy. He hung around with so many people. You can have hundreds of thousands of friends on Facebook or in real life and still feel lonely, because the ultimate connection is your connection to self. Anyway, place comments below if you have any comments about this particular option of session. And as I say, it's on my appointment page of Truly Holistic Support. Look for the spirituality counseling appointment option, which is becoming the Jedi, and select that one if you'd like, if this information sounds really exciting to you. And do it alongside also your clearing work, because as I say, it will just enhance your clearing work to hold and to materialize and amplify to such a level that's going to just extend and amplify your ascension process. Until next time, see you later.